naujasis Kauno Žalgirio vyriausiasis treneris Trinchieri ir kviečiame jį pristatyti Kauno Žalgirio direktorių Paulių Jankūną. Tik tai dar viena pastaba, tai Paulius kalbės lietuviškai ir jam klausimai lietuviškai, treneris angliškai ir klausimai angliškai. Prašom.
Sveiki, naujais metais visus. Tikriausiai norėčiau pradėti nuo padėkos treneriui Kaziui Maksvyčiui už jo darbą Žalgiryje. Jisai tikrai prisijungė sudėtingų momentų ir praeitais metais tikrai padėjo komandai atsirasti ten vėl, kur mes visą laiką norime būti, bet kiekvienas sezonas yra kitoks ir krepšinio situacijos greitai keičiasi, todėl naujus metus pradedam su nauju treneriu ir šiandien jau jisai pasijungė treniruoti ir tikiuosi, kad išlipsime iš tos duobės ir rezultatai pradės gerėti ir atsiras pergalių.
So, maybe coach your first words here coming to Kaunas.
Okay, first word is Happy New Year. Second thought, I want to address a couple of words from very sincere words for Coach Kazis. I believe that he gave a lot to this organization. I believe that he gave values to this team, and I can feel it from outside and from the practice I run, short practice I run, and I'm sure that he's going to have a great stint with the national team. I wish him all the best. I know that coaching job is very complicated, it's very difficult, and what happened is like a bitter medicine. You know, the taste is not the best, but this is our life. It happens almost to everybody, and I want to start with this because I felt from inside this. I'm here with only one goal: to help this team to play better, to be better, to improve. I'm highly motivated because I am the coach of a team in a country where basketball is a religion. And one day I could say to my kids that I was the coach of Partizan Belgrade and Žalgiris Kaunas. It's something that, for how I see basketball, for what the fans of these two teams can give to their players, is something that is a huge motivation. Of course, the only thing we cannot buy is time. I just had one quick practice. Tomorrow we play the game. Thursday we play another game. So let's go step by step. Let's try to be better. And I said to my players only one thing, that no one is above the team needs. And when I say no one, not players, not coaches. So our only goal is to give it all. This is a very unique club. What the fans are doing here is something that I felt only in Belgrade, and I know what kind of push can give to a team. So we need to play knowing what we have behind our back.
Coach, firstly, welcome to Kaunas and Happy New Year. This word is about Žalgiris Kaunas. And firstly, how do you feel about coming back to EuroLeague?
Don't know. I didn't think about that. I did so many things in this month, commentating on TV, doing a lot of stuff that it was not planned, but when a team like Žalgiris calls, I felt so motivated that, and I believe that these players can do some.
Okay, and how long did you consider the offer?
Say it again?
How long did you consider the offer from Žalgiris?
Time-wise, hours, something like this.
And how you closely follow Žalgiris' performance recently?
Sorry, say it
How
again?
you closely followed Žalgiris' performance recently?
What do you think?
Few weeks.
I was commentating games. I watched basically 80% of the game of Žalgiris, not because I watch all EuroLeague games. So I missed some games because I was watching something else, or I was commentating some games, but I watched enough games.
Hello, Coach. Žalgiris has lost many games in the end of the matches in the fourth quarters. What do you think was the biggest problem of the Žalgiris?
It's not very elegant to talk about this from outside. If I'm here, means that something went wrong, result-wise. And my job is now be extremely situational, try to understand what this team needs in the shortest amount of time possible in order to make progress. One thing that these players, we have to give to this roster is they competed in almost every game. Something was missing. Where is this something? Everywhere. Can we say that one big thing was missing, one clear thing was missing? No. A lot of small things. There was that unbelievable movie with Al Pacino, Any Given Sunday, you know. He said, the success is in every inch. There is a centimeter where everybody can do something quicker, stronger, but half a step. And when you start doing these things, you're going to have the scoreboard will be as we like.
And basketball is still a game about winning and losing. What would you consider as a good result after the season in EuroLeague?
Huh. Painful question, huh?
Bit.
So there is 17 games to play. We are coming from 6 losses in a row. The 10th place is not on Mars, it's on Saturne. We have started doing things. My job is to support my players, to help them, and I want to do it. So it would be very, very superficial and unfair from my side. Said, we have to do this, this, this. So we are gonna play a league, 17 leagues of one game. Every game is an opportunity. We are gonna behave like a submarine. We go under the water and let's see where we are in March. Hopefully, we are gonna hit something. We wanna play every game like last game of our season, knowing that we have to get better.
You have mentioned that the problem is lack of time. Wouldn't you like to be here, for example, 2 weeks before?
No. The situation is like this. I have to face reality.
Coach, we all heard the rumors, we all heard the talks that you were in contact with Žalgiris. Maybe you had already the tickets to Lithuania a few weeks before. How did you see that situation from
How you say bullshit in Lithuanian?
Mėšlas.
Okay, so I learned a word, okay? I don't promise that I will learn Lithuanian, but I will try to learn words, because it's really complicated as a language. I know languages, but this is very complicated. This is pure baloney. And trust me, this is made up. This is really fake news.
Okay, and you see Žalgiris roster right now. Would you consider any changes in the personnel?
After one practice of 80 minutes,
After
I would be a very bad coach.
After watching many games of Žalgiris.
I learned this thing. Until you go in the gym, you don't know the truth. You have to see the players in the eyes and feel what they feel.
So coach,
This group has something to give, I'm sure. I just need to find a way to channel their energy.
so we can understand that Austin Holland's extensions for 2 weeks is your decision, right?
What makes the difference? If it's my decision or Paulius' decision
It's
or
interesting to know.
the great architect decision? So I give you my hand now. So I'll be very straight, okay? There was a deadline, okay? Austin Hollis is a good player. I was not here. How can I decide about something that I don't know? So I ask the club, and I'm very happy that they found a deal with a very good person like Austin that was very cooperative. I want to see him. I played against him. He's a very good player, but I want to see him in person. So I'm very happy that I have this chance. I would be desperate that I didn't have this chance. But I believe it's really logic. It's nothing special. So you mean I didn't understand why you asked me. That means that I put like this. We have to keep him. I try to be logic, efficient for Žalgiris. The only thing that counts is Žalgiris. So, and Austin understood this.
Good evening, Coach, and Happy New Year to you. Do you require any staff addition?
The answer is I don't know, because I came here. I want to see the chemistry, but after the whole day, the whole half day talking to practice, the only thing that we may consider is to add, because there is a lot of work to do, and we have even some players to develop, youngsters that had to do extra job, but nothing else. So if you ask me if there is anybody that is not part of our process, the answer is no. All on board.
And who's best in Italian in this roster and in this
Who is?
best in Italian language?
Tutis has some talent because he's coming from Spain, eh? But Tutis has a great advantage. He knows wine because of his brother. So
And you visited Kaunas many times.
many
previously.
times. I played many times here.
Yeah. So, is there any particular things you like and hate about this place?
Žalgirio Arena.
This is you like or hate?
Eh? For it, I will eat the whole Žalgirio Arena. No. This is something that concerns me a little bit because I like to cook, and I just have to find where to buy things. I have already 3 addresses for a good restaurant. I'll survive.
And after working in also many countries like Italy, Germany, Serbia, Russia, would you expect something peculiar about being a basketball coach in Lithuania, or is it pretty much the same job every day?
No, it's never the same job. I don't coach like this. I took energy from this place. I will take energy from this place. I didn't come here for the ranking, so I had to kick a lot of I will have to kick a lot of asses to make to the first 10 to play the play-in, okay? But being the coach of this organization is something really specific, really special. And this pushed me. I need motivation. In whatever I do, I need something, and this is big motivation for me.
Hello, Coach. One more question from me. A few years back, you had an incident with Paulius on the court in Munich. How do you recall that moment?
In Kaunas, I guess.
In Kaunas.
In Kaunas, my bad. Yeah, in Kaunas, my bad. And how do you recall that moment? And what is your first impression of a former player as a GM right now?
Okay. About the incident, I won't call it incident.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was amazing because he was killing all my bigs. He was so physical, so tough. And you know, I had big respect for Paulius as a player, and he was basically winning the game with his personality, with his experience, with his physicality, okay? And I like these players. I love the so physical, tough, mentally tough. So we just had a sparkle, okay? But after that we were laughing, and you know, he liked that. I believe that he liked that I was active, I'm passionate, Latin, Italian. But incident is something I would never say that was an incident. And I believe that for Paulius, that is making the transition from player to GM, maybe he will say if I'm wrong. I have the feeling that he has the same feeling I have. He knows that being his role in this club is something special. And I believe he's trying to cope with that. So we have big responsibility, but being in his role or my role in Žalgiris is different. So we know that. So we are in a very similar situation, I believe.
Okay, one more question from you, Coach. You talked about coaches firing about Kadis Maksvidas, but in general, this season, there were a lot of coaching changes. What is your opinion on that? Is it just business or something else? From coach's perspective, obviously.
I won't say it's just business. I would say there's no mercy. And my word for Kadis, where I really respect him a lot as a coach. I played against him. Playing against Žalgiris last year was really painful because there are teams that win games, but there are teams that never lose games. You had to win the games 3 times to beat Žalgiris last year. And this is the mix of players and coaches. So EuroLeague is the most cruel competition in team sports I ever saw. There's no mercy. And coaches are out there. I believe it's really part of the business. There are some joys. Be the coach of Žalgiris or Partizan or teams like this is something that nobody can take you away from this. It's part of my life. It's part of what I want to do as a coach. But then, it is what it is. I don't want to judge. But make an example. Coach Ivanovic. So he was in one team, and then he made 8 wins in a row, something like that. Same coach, after 1 week. Sorry. It is what it is.
Since everybody is in the same room right now, have you talked with Paulius already about team formation responsibilities, how much of an impact coach must or should or will have in this process?
To be honest, I didn't understand the question.
Have you talked about with Paulius about how much coach will be responsible for team formation?
No, I understand this, but I cannot put this in reality. I don't understand where to put So, are you saying that I'm not responsible when I talk? That I need to be guided? I don't understand really. I'm not.
No, about new players, arrivals.
There's no arrivals. So you ask me ask me, any player coming? This is what you want to ask?
No, he wants to ask if you talk with Paulius about your role from adding players. For example, you want to sign a player and you tell Paulius and he decides or not.
For sure we will talk, for sure we will communicate, because it's our main goal, the team to win, and then we have to discuss, we have to find the best possible player for Žalgiris to come here. I'm not talking about today, I'm talking about in general about the situation.
Or maybe we are talking that we don't need any player, maybe, So I really don't understand. So it's a normal process. So it's if you see how was with Austin Hollins, okay? I left this morning 3 o'clock Italy to be here in time for practice, okay? So the deadline was yesterday night, right?
Yeah.
Paolo said what do we do? And I said, please extend in order to me to have an opinion. This is how we work.
I can explain.
Please, because
this question
maybe I'm tired. Maybe
from Martin Schiller, because after Martin Schiller, everybody talked that he was the only person in Žalgiris who signed all the players. So
you are trying to dig a little bit, now.
We are finding who is going to sign new players now in the middle of season. Okay, nice. I'm happy.
All mistakes are here, okay? Finito?
One more question, if I may. Italy and Lithuania will meet probably at some point at Olympic qualification tournament next summer. Who's your favorite?
I know what you're going to ask.
Right now.
Both teams, Lithuania and Italy, thought that the group in Puerto Rico, right, is the best. On the paper, it is. And on the paper is Puerto Rico, Italy, and Lithuania, right? I remember on the paper, pre-Olympic in Torino, Italy, Croatia, arrivederci e grazie. So, pre-Olympic after a season like this in EuroLeague, very, very complicated. What if Mexico wins one game against one big team that is unexpected?
Coach, one more question for me. As we all know, it is impossible to change things on the court quickly in the schedule like this. But what things did you like in Žalgiris game watching from the sidelines?
I said to my players, the thing I really have to give them is that they competed every game. And this is where we are going to build our process. This is what we want to use as something we do every time. We compete, we never ever give up. Then we will try to be less aggressive, more aggressive. We will try to do this on pick and roll, that. I always divide my job in 3 things: philosophy, strategy, and tactics. But I never start from tactics, it's the last thing. It's more important how you do things than what you do. I believe this team has values, has good players. I need to squeeze the juice and take the best out of them.
And does the fact that your upcoming opponent, Alba, was your main rival in the recent years in Germany makes your preparation easier for the debut?
It's easier if you win the game. If you lose the game, it's not easier. Let's say that I know them pretty well, maybe can save some time of scouting. This is the only advantage, if it is an advantage.
Pauliau, galbūt ir jums klausimas. Prieš porą savaičių čia sėdėjom, kalbėjomės ir tas visiškas pasitikėjimas Kaziu, kuris galiausiai truko 2 savaitės, gal galit šiek tiek paaiškinti, kaip visą tai nutiko?
Aš tikrai tikėjau komandą, tikrai tikėjau treneriais ir grįžinėjo traumuoti žaidėjai po traumų ir naujokai jau buvo Edas buvo apsipratęs, Holinsas atvyko. Tai tikrai galvojau, kad galim tą situaciją apversti į kitą pusę ir tikrai galim pasiekti pergalių ir gerinti tą žaidimą, bet taip, tos 2 savaitės buvo tikrai sunkios ir Eurolygos rungtynės, kur mes kabinomės, bet rezultatas nepasikeitė. Tas žaidimas kažkaip kardinaliai nesikeitė, tai turėjau priimti tą tikrai sunkų sprendimą ir įpūsti komandai naujų vėjų, naujos energijos, naujų minčių.
Kiek skausmingas finansiškai Žalgiriui bus išsiskyrimas su treneriu Kaziu?
Treneris Kazys turėjo kontraktą iki vasaros su klubu ir mes gerbėm tą kontraktą ir bus viskas atsiskaityta.
Nemanot, kad prie dalinės sezono griūties prisidėjo būtent visa ta informacija dėl Kazio Maksvyčio išėjimo, sugrįžimo, visi tie persvarstymai, visa ta situacija?
Aš galvoju, kad viskas susidėjo ir žaidėjų išvykimai, ir traumos, ir visi kiti dalykai. Tai tikrai nuo sezono pradžios, kaip galbūt vasarą atrodė, kad 80% komandos lieka ir pasipildėm tai žaidėjus, kurie galbūt sustiprina mūsų silpnąsias pusės, bet nuo pat sezono pradžios nesiklijavo tas žaidimas ir tikrai kaip atrodė, kad sezonas turi būti stabilus, bet jo, man kaip naujam vadovui tai patirties kalnai.
Klausiu ir trenerio, ir jūsų noriu paklausti, vis tiek atlikti pokyčiai trenerio pozicijoje su idėja, kad norima daugiau pergalių, norima geresnio rezultato, ar esate nustatę tą ribą, kad pokyčiai būtų pasiteisinę, ar būtumėt patenkinti to, kas įvyko?
Ta riba tai turbūt būtų ta, kad komanda, kaip pasakyti, turi patikėti savim, turi gauti naujos energijos, užtikrintumo ir eiti kiekvienas rungtynės, stengtis jas laimėti, kaip ir treneris sakė, 17 skirtingų lygų, tai galbūt 17 finalų mūsų laukia, kai mes turim kiekvienose rungtynėse atiduoti save ir tikrai negalvoti apie pavasarį, bet turim galvoti apie sekančias rungtynės su Alba.
Ateina užsienietis treneris, ar su tuo nesikeis tas klubo požiūris, kad prioritetas teikiamas lietuviams, visada ypatingai turiu omeny tarp sezonų?
Ne, tikrai nesikeis, mes esame Žalgiris, Lietuvos komanda ir visą laiką lietuviai buvo svarbus, vaidino svarbų vaidmenį ir tas brandolys visą laiką būdavo stiprus ir dabar jis yra stiprus, tai tikrai šitą kreivę nesikeis.
Coach, just to double check, is mėšlas the first Lithuanian word you have learned?
Say it again?
Is mėšlas the first Lithuanian word?
The bad one.
I know. I learned it. Oh, some really basic stuff, but with something to say like this, no, this is the first one I say.
Pauliau, klausėm trenerio irgi, tai paklausim ir jūsų dėl sudėties. Ar planuojat kažką, ar dairotės įdėmiai labai, ar kiek yra ta rinka sekama ir kiek norėtumėt galbūt įėjimų?
Taip, mes visą laiką sekame rinką, bet kaip ir treneris minėjo, jisai atvažiavo, nori pajausti aplinką, pajausti žaidėjus, pasitikrinti žaidėjus, bet jam tinka šita sudėtis ir kaip sakė, ir dėl Holinso mes pradėsim 2 savaitėm dar jo tryoutą, kad treneris pats jį pačiupinėtų ir pamatytų į savo schemose, kur gali jį įdėti ir kiek jis gali duoti naudos. Taip kad kol kas domimės vyksta, bet tikrai kol kas neieškom.
Trenerių štabe kažkokių daugiau pokyčių nebus, naujų asistentų, išvykusių asistentų?
Šiuo metu ne, nes tikrai, kaip ir sakiau, treneris nori susidirbti su šito štabu. Jeigu kažkokių tai minčių ar idėjų kiltų eigoje, tai visą laiką mes susėsim ir pasišnekėsim, bet kol kas tai lieka viskas taip, kaip yra.
Buvo kažkokių įdomesnių reikalavimų iš trenerio pusės atvykstant į Kauno Žalgirį?
Ne, nebuvo. Viskas, manau, kad yra, kaip pasakyti, standartiška. Ačiū Jums.
Thank you.
Bet lažybos, lošimo automatai, ruletė, bet.
Nesaikingas lošimas.